Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Muscatine Today show. I'm so glad that you guys could all join us. We have a few guests to share a bunch of information about things happening in Muscatine, so I'm glad that you guys joined us. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our great sponsors of the show. The first one is Rivo, our newest sponsor. So glad to have them on board. R7 Reclaimed Impact Blood Center. They just got their brand new sign. You should come check it out with their new name. Lutheran Living, CBI, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance, Suntan City Muscatine, Real Estate Resource Associates, Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and of course Hy-Vee. We're out front of Hy-Vee today, kind of soaking up the nice weather before it gets too muggy and hot today. So we're just kind of soaking it all in every morning that we can until it gets hot and muggy and we can't be outside anymore. So first of all, I have a couple folks here to talk about an event coming up and a group that we haven't talked about in a little while on the show. So I thought we should definitely have you guys on to talk about the event and some things that the police department's up to. So we have Officer Whitni Pena on, and then Monica. Monica's never been on the show before. So Monica, you're new at New Horizons.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. So tell me, what's your role at New Horizons?
So I've been there about a year and a half now.
Okay.
I'm the prevention specialist, so I work with Jamie Cruz, doing all sorts of prevention things out in the community.
Sure.
Right now we're gearing up to hopefully get back into the schools this school year. We do life skills in Muscatine, Susan Clark Junior High, and then we do Project Alert in West Liberty and Wilton. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll be able to get into Wilton this year.
Yeah.
We didn't last year, but we're hoping to get back this year.
Sure.
And those are just a couple evidence-based programs that we teach to the middle schools about drugs, alcohol, life choices, and just how to make good and bad decisions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Hopefully you can get back in the schools and things are normal this year. Normal.
Yeah.
Whatever
that is. Very cool. So I saw a flyer. The reason I invited you on originally was because I saw a flyer floating around about the Hidden in Plain Sight trailer, so I saw the trailer, which was a borrowed trailer a couple years ago that you had borrowed from another town that you'd brought in to kind of show, and I think it was at like one of the, I think it was at Central, and it was for like one of the, I don't know, it was like maybe for, I don't know. Conferences or something like that, yeah. And at that point in time, you guys were raising money to try to get your own trailer still.
Right.
And so now it's like, voila, you have your own trailer. So super cool.
Yeah.
So now Muscatine County has their own Hidden in Plain Sight trailer, which is very cool.
Yeah.
So tell people who don't know what that means or have never seen the Hidden Plain Sight trailer what that even is.
So the trailer is basically set up like a teen's bedroom, and parents are able to go through the trailer and kind of learn what the current drug trends are, what the different paraphernalia is, what to look out for, where some maybe like hiding spots would be, things like that, just kind of what to look out for with their kids.
Sure.
And we've had it at 3 different fairs now, and we've had a lot of great reviews. It's very educational, and we're just really excited to get it out in the community more. We had it ready last year, but of course COVID was a stopper there, but this year we're able to get it out in the community and get a lot of people coming through it, so yeah, we're excited.
So literally you walk through this thing, it looks exactly like what your kid's bedroom would. Maybe not quite as messy, but it's a little messy.
Right, yeah, it's messy.
Yeah.
But not quite as messy as some of those teens' bedrooms that I've seen. Maybe not even my 10-year-olds. But I learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I like to think I'm pretty hip. But I learned a lot even going through a couple years ago, and I'm sure in the 2 years since I've been through it, a lot has changed. So you go through this thing once, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go through it the next time you see it at an event, because you guys are changing things out in this trailer on a regular basis as things come up.
Right, we're constantly training ourselves, so like we just have to make sure it's current. The big things we hit on are like vape pens, because I mean there are so many that parents, myself, can't even keep up with. So we try to show them some of the more common ones, and then clothing. Clothing can be so like, you just don't know if it's drug trends, if it's, you know, what the meaning is. So we just try to show some of the new stuff like that.
So we were just out of town, and we like walked into this souvenir shop, and all of a sudden I'm like, we gotta get out of here. You know, like until you like go in and you start looking around, sometimes you don't even like realize until you like. It's crazy, the things that you just don't even realize until you realize. And
well, and I feel like people that aren't in our line of work or don't deal with this stuff, that they're just oblivious to that stuff. Because I tell my mom this stuff all the time, and she's like, what? What's that mean? I don't know. Or we'll be in a store. We were at Walmart, and I said, Mom, they're apprehending the guy behind us. And she's like, what's going on? Like,
what's happening?
Just oblivious to that stuff. And you'll start seeing that stuff in our community at shops and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's what that's for. So it'll open your eyes too.
So super important for you guys to go through this. It is very eye-opening, and even if you don't have a teenager yet, or maybe you just have nieces and nephews or that are that age, whatever. I mean, it's very eye-opening to go through and kind of see this stuff. So go through when you see the trailer. So you guys have an event coming up in the community. So tell us about that.
So it's on this coming Saturday at the Muscatine Church of Christ, which is at 3603 Mulberry, right across 61 Kitty Corner from the movie theater. It's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The trailer is obviously for parents and adults, but there will be games and prizes, and it's kind of like a back-to-school event for the kids. So while the parents go through the trailer, there'll be Jenga, bean bags, and the drunk goggles will be there, which is a big hit. Even playing bags with the drunk goggles on is a good game that we've come up with. And then the church will be giving out free lunch. And so they can go out and enjoy that. And
the parents can have time to go through the trailer and learn some stuff.
And we'll have some prizes there. We kind of have to go through our closet to see what we have, but there'll be some kind of prizes.
There's always good prizes
always
in that closet. I know about that closet.
Always.
So go through the trailer. It doesn't take long to go through, but you definitely want to stop by. Even if you can't stay for a long time, stop by and go through the trailer and learn some of the new trends to watch out for. Because, I mean, even the clothing and the things, the hiding spots in the clothing that they're selling, I mean, it is just
crazy,
mind-blowing. But you'll learn a lot, I promise. Even if you think you're hip like me, there'll be things that you'll definitely learn about.
Well, and it'll show you like all of the vapes we have in our trailer were confiscated either from our high school in Muscatine or our middle school. So like you'll see like, wow, this is an abundance amount of vapes. Like every parent from wherever you live, no matter what your status is, like this is a problem for all of us.
And we're even having kids, like when we talk about it in the school, we even have kids say, oh, you know, this is the new thing now, or like this is what's going on now, and like we haven't even heard about it yet. We're just like, dang, like this is crazy. And the amount of things that you can find on Amazon are just ridiculous.
So definitely go and see that. If you see the trailer out other places, or maybe you're having an event that you think might be a good event for the trailer to come to, please reach out and have them come. They're looking for other places to have the trailer come and set up shop and give people opportunities to go through. Now that you guys have your own, it's very exciting. So let's talk a little bit about your actual task force and the whole goal behind like why this was even a thing, why you even decided to get this trailer, which started a few years ago.
Right. So our task force is the Muscatine County Impact of Substance Use Task Force. Yes,
it's very
a lot to say.
We
need
talked
to
about this before, and like, guys, we have to come up with like some kind of acronym or something cool, because I get very confused and then I say the wrong thing.
So in 2018, Muscatine County completed their health assessment, which basically gave us 2 areas to pinpoint. Substance abuse and mental health. So we've really kind of went with the substance abuse. Just kind of being hand in hand with New Horizons, which is what they do, and we just felt like, you know, the police department, that was just something we could all kind of rally around. So we went ahead and kind of focused on substance abuse. We've done obviously the trailer. We've done some training with the Muscatine School District with bringing in some guest speakers that have helped. We've went to some other events, and some of the people that are on our task force, because it's not obviously just us, New Horizons, Juvenile Court, the Mississippi Valley Child Protection Center, we have someone, the police department, ISU Extension, we just got somebody from Hy-Vee Pharmacy that sits on our task force, Salvation Army, National Guard, so it's just kind of a group of a bunch of people from our community that want to help. So,
and we all have different perspectives on what's going on, so it's really good to all collaborate with each other, and especially with the pharmacy now being with us, it's good to see the prescription medication side of things. Because at New Horizons, that's one of our goals too, is to hone in on the prescription medication, especially with the big opioid crisis right now. And we just are trying to collaborate with as many people as we can and get different perspectives on everything and how to target it from that perspective.
Absolutely. So the task force meets on a regular basis and just comes up with different ways that you can really impact the community, whether it be things like the trailer events.
We've done like Dispose RX packets, which is like little packets that make it safe for you to dispose your medications at home. So maybe your elderly parent or grandparent passed away and you don't want to worry about where to take the medication. You just fill it with 2/3 of water, dump this packet and shake it up. It turns into like a slime, but it's like you can't get the pills out and you can just throw it in your garbage can. So those have been huge. You know, we've made sure to get the drop boxes, Hy-Vee, the jail, so we've helped on getting those. So we just meet and kind of come up with new ideas or like new grants or maybe new areas that we feel like we need to focus on. So
very cool. Well, I mean, it makes sense. We have, like you said, new things all the time coming up, and we want to keep our kids safe. And the thing is, it's hard to keep up with. You guys work in it every day, and as parents, you ask how your kid's day was, and they're like, meh, fine. You know, fine. And so it's hard to get that information out of them, like what's going on at school, what kind of things, you know, they're not gonna just probably dish that information out to you. So it's great to know that we have people like you guys out in the community, you know, working and really trying to prevent this stuff. So awesome. I hope you guys will go and see the trailer. I was mind blown, literally, like standing in there. I'm like, whoa, like what? Things like literally that I would have never known standing in a store that's what the meaning was behind it, or that there was these hidden compartments and things and hats, and it's crazy. So go and check that out.
We're going to be at Almost Friday Fest too.
Awesome.
So the next 2, August and September, will be down there as well. So.
And Wilton's Founder Day will be there.
Founders Day will be there.
At the park, the Discovery Park, what's that called?
The community.
The community block party.
It'll be there
we'll be at the block party as well.
Very cool. So lots of opportunities leading into school. I mean, that's where they learn about a lot of stuff. Not just stuff that we want them to learn about, but they're around a lot of peers, a lot of older kids. So just make sure that they're learning about the right stuff, and that you know what to watch out for, and that you're educated as well, so that you can make sure that you know what to watch for. So There's other stuff going on at the
Just
police
real
department
quick,
too.
yeah.
Yes.
So Monday, the 16th, from 7:30 to 9 at Come and Go Central, right across from the police department.
Yep.
We'll be doing our next Coffee with the Cop.
Perfect.
So
what happens at Coffee with the Cop?
You get free coffee, and you just can stop down and talk about anything from, say you have a traffic problem on your street, or your garage keeps getting broken into, whatever you want to talk about.
Yep.
There's no rules, you can talk, and there's different police officers there that can guide you on what to do, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, you know.
Yep.
So we try to, the first one was at Big Cats, and then we're doing Come and Go, and then we're going to kind of change it up.
Yep.
So just look for that from our Facebook page. And then the other thing, September 18th from 1 to 4 at the Monsanto shelter at Weed Park, which is the one by the volleyball courts. We're going to be partnering with the Liberian community, Pastor Yenner from Calvary, and doing a community picnic, kind of meet and greet the police department, trying to get some of the community out. And
Yeah.
so there'll be lunch provided and conversation.
Awesome. Go conversation.
Yeah, so just follow our Facebook page. We'll try to post that stuff on there. So
Awesome. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming on and
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
doing. It's so cool. I love that you guys finally got your trailer,
I know.
and hopefully this year you can really get it out and about and
It is.
at a bunch of events. So
Yeah.
Tell Jamie I wish she would have joined us,
Or Angela.
or Angela.
I know.
I didn't expect for Angela to come at all. Or
Jamie did have
Or
a
Jamie,
meeting today
right,
too,
yeah.
so
Or
Of course.
they don't like to come on the show.
They do not
No,
like
they
this,
don't.
no.
They do not like this part, but they do great work behind the scenes,
Yes.
they
right?
do.
Yes.
Yes, Jamie's constantly busy with everything. So.
Well, it was good to meet you.
You too.
Thank you guys for coming on. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and then Charla is going to join us to talk about some housing initiatives that are going on and some other really cool stuff that the Community Foundation is up to. So we'll be right back in just a minute.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Attention! This is an important message for all you grown-ups. Get the COVID vaccine. I miss my friends. This is the end of the message. I'm back. Not so fast. You can't return to a regular program yet. Not until you get the COVID vaccine. This for real is the end of my message. Safe care, your way. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 road trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.
All right, we're back, and Charla's with us now. We did the switch out.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
It's a beautiful day. I didn't know I was going to get to sit outside and chat today. This is awesome.
It's so nice. Yeah, we try to come outside whenever we can because, well, it's nice out, and we have to enjoy the weather while we can.
I was going to say
it's already like middle of August,
and the day gets busy, and sometimes we don't get to be outside.
I know.
So this is awesome.
We'll get stuffed in our offices and get busy. So. So we have a couple things to talk about.
You bet.
I have been blown away by some of the housing initiative stuff that's been going on. I know Community Foundation is a big part of that, along with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, exactly. We're just a piece of the collaboration.
Yeah, a piece of the collaboration, but so many people are working together to just do a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I mean, I got to tour the house on 6th Street as it was like kind of, literally torn down to the studs. So I'm excited to get to go through that again once it gets a little bit closer. But there's other things going on, and tell me about that. I read the article that Margaret wrote.
Right.
So tell us about that if they didn't get to read that article.
Yeah, so, and to your point, there's a lot of good stuff going on. So I'll talk a little bit about the Homes for Iowa project today. But, the important thing is that we look for improved and increased housing in our community. We've got 11,000 folks that drive into our community because there's not enough housing. We've got 1,000 units short of affordable housing for people making less than $25,000. We've got 40% of our community paying more than 30% for their housing needs. And so all that can be improved if we can improve the number of units and look at quality issues like they're doing at MCSA and so forth. So we learned, actually Senator Mark Lofgren was part of an initiative called Homes for Iowa, and what they did is they modeled something that was being used in South Dakota, and they have prisoners at the Newton Penitentiary building homes at the Newton Penitentiary. And it started just 3 years ago, and they started with maybe 4 houses, and they're hoping to get up to 100 a year. So what they do is they build the entire 1,200 square foot house in Newton on the side of the prison, and then they ship it on a truck in one piece to your community, and the only thing that needs to be added is flooring and appliances. Otherwise, even the gutters are on. The central unit's hooked up, and so they slide it off the truck onto the foundation, and it's an amazing opportunity for the prisoners to learn. So the recidivism rate for prisoners that go through this particular kind of training is 30% less than any other. So this construction trade training improves even or reduces the opportunity to go back to prison. And they've got master level carpenters and electricians training them. So depending on how long you happen to be in, you could come out with a full apprenticeship. But they have people waiting because we have so much need for construction workers on housing that they're recruited and have an opportunity to have employment, which is unusual for people leaving prison.
Yeah.
We need more housing in our community. So it was an amazing conversation we had with Mark. We headed up to Newton and took a look. We came back to our board and said we believe this is something that we should bring to our community. So we've got 1 unit planned this year, and then we have a 2nd unit planned within the county in the coming years. So we've got a space on, I don't know if you've had a chance to drive by, but on Spring and 7th that the house needs to be demoed. The city was kind enough to convey the lot to us, so we'll have the the house demoed. It's in terrible disarray. I mean, it's got a huge hole in the roof, and the foundation's nearly gone. And so we'll remove that, remove the yard brush, and get a new house there for a family to move into. So,
wow.
Yeah,
and that's so cool.
That should be happening. We'll have demolition probably next week, and then we'll have a new house by the end of September sitting in that spot. And it's gonna be a really nice improvement for the neighborhood. And then again, bring an opportunity for a family to be housed.
Yeah.
And we're targeting a first-time home buyer with this project.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you think about the market right now too is
it's crazy. Yeah.
Anyways, but you think about a middle to low income family
Right.
who wants to buy a home, who wants to live in our community, who's working here, maybe their kids are going to school here,
Right.
all these things, and they're, having to rent or go, drive out of town
Right.
because they can't find housing here. That's sad.
And
That's
our
crazy.
rents in our community are higher than any place else in Bettendorf, and it's difficult for lots of different reasons to save enough to have a down payment for your first home, and so it precludes a lot of people from having that opportunity. And we see this just being one more way to try to help with that.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be a nice opportunity to continue to lift up the conversation on why we need more, both improved quality as well as increased numbers of housing units across all wealth classes.
Right.
I mean, we need them for all wealth classes.
Yeah.
And again, as we increase that supply, it's going to help across the spectrum. So
Yeah. Well, and just, going from a home, we'll show you a video here in a second too, going from a home that's literally falling to pieces
Right.
to a beautiful home that's going to be put in its place
Right.
is going to just enhance that neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And I was talking to like Frank Iliff a little while ago about just even when they do work, with rebuilding, they come in and do some work on a home, and then he's like, it's amazing because sometimes even before we leave a project, the neighbors will be out doing stuff to their homes, and you see that it
Organically,
it makes people have more pride in their neighborhood, and they want to do stuff to their homes. And so I think it will really spread across the neighborhood. And I actually just got like a little chills talking about it, because it's true. You want to have pride in your neighborhood,
Right.
but it's hard if the people around you don't have the same pride. And so I think you plant the seed somewhere, and so maybe this house will be that seed, and
there's a lot of wonderful homes in the neighborhood, and we just hope this further enhances that as well.
Exactly. So we have a video to actually show you of the home that is going to be taking the place of this literally is falling apart,
Right.
and it's a beautiful home that's going to take its place. So we'll show you that video really quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, so that's gonna be pretty amazing. I'm excited to see that. I feel like I need to drive by in person now, and then be able to drive by after it happens and see just the huge
Maybe we
change.
can meet in the house the next time we chat.
Yes. It's beautiful. The home.
It is
I mean,
beautiful.
just from the outside. So
it is. The craftsmanship, everything is it was considered international code. So no matter what community it goes into, it exceeds the codes that would be expected.
Wow.
So it's, as I said, it's overseen by master level craftsmen. So the homes are in wonder. I mean, it's just going to be a wonderful home that comes in and in a condition that passes any expectations for your city codes.
That's very cool. So we also have another topic to talk about. So let's start talking about that. Tell me about this.
So we have our annual meeting coming up in October, and we were privileged to learn that Dr. Jim Young Kim, who has headed the World Bank, is going to come and be our featured speaker. So a little bit of background on Jim. Jim grew up in Muscatine. From 5th grade on, his dad was a dentist in our community. His mom was had her doctorate in philosophy, and they moved to our community, opened a dental practice, and he and his brother and sister grew up in Muscatine. He was valedictorian. He was, as he says, he was quarterback of the football team, but then he reminded me that it was during the longest losing streak of Muscatine history, which I remembered because I'm younger than Jim, but I did remember that. So he's incredibly humble, but he started out his work while he went to Brown and then he went to Harvard, and while he was at Harvard he started his work called Partners in Health, and they were helping third world countries receive health care, and they began in Haiti, and they tackled things like tuberculosis and HIV and things that they didn't believe you could tackle for third world countries. And Mountains Beyond Mountains is one of the books written. This is about Paul Farmer, one of his partners. And so they were doing this incredible work and trying to get money back from raise it out of their different sources. And they were literally going to school and doing this work and just flying down to Haiti on weekends and trying to build this infrastructure. And what they found is they needed community health care workers, and so they took the neighbors and started having them help provide the health care. And it was a really interesting model. From that, he went on and had various roles. He was president of the World Health Organization. He was the president of Dartmouth College. Barack Obama asked him to become the president of the World Bank, which was unusual because most of the presidents of the World Bank, which does work around for the poorest, right, but usually come from financial or political backgrounds, and he brought the health background. And what he could do is help build economic stability to help improve health and impoverished areas. And so he was there for 7 years, and now he's doing work, the same type of work, but in an infrastructure organization that gives me a little bit more flexibility. And he has not been back in Muscatine for many years. He's a graduate of 1978, so we're going to have this event at Calvary. All are welcome to attend. We are asking people to do reservations, and we can send some information and ticket information out. But honestly, Muscatine High School's created some incredible folks, and Jim's one of them. And so we're thrilled to have him in our community. Following that will be a class reunion with 1978 and people that went to school with Jim. Again, we'll have a different reservation opportunity for that. So if you have any questions and you're interested in attending, for anybody that might be listening, you can call the Community Foundation, or you can go onto our Facebook page or our website, and there's more information available.
That's so cool.
But he's gonna have a full day, and he wants to start. He's a golfer, and he wants to start with a little golf because he remembers golfing in Muscatine.
Yes.
And then from then on, we're going to run his tail off until the next morning when he leaves again. And so it's just going to be exciting. He's excited to come, and I would also actually encourage anybody that wants to learn more about his work. There's a movie called Bending the Arc on Netflix.
Okay.
And it was produced. Executive producers are Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. So it's a really great documentary about the work that was done in Partners in Health. Talks about some of Jim's background in Muscatine, and it's worth the watch. So I hope people that have an interest in learning more about what he's been up to will also.
That is so cool.
It is cool. We're just thrilled and humbled that he's said he talks all over the world. His schedule is crazy. He knows all the leaders in all the different countries, and so for him to make time for us, we're very, very humbled by that.
Yeah. We have some pretty amazing people that
Is that not from out of our schools district, right? Yeah, exactly.
It is really cool, and it's neat that these people are willing to give time back and come and spend time back in Muscatine too.
Exactly.
So it's a great opportunity for anyone to so get a ticket and hear him speak, and who knows when it'll happen again.
That's right. It's been a long time, and again with his schedule, it was difficult to get everything arranged. But we're pleased, and it's our annual meeting, but he'll be the feature of the conversation. We'll take a couple minutes to talk about the Community Foundation, but we really just want people to hear Jim's story. So it's going to be a great night.
Awesome. Well, that is so exciting. We'll put some links to the ticket information and stuff too. So make sure that you look for that, but also check out their Facebook page. All the information will be there as well if you're interested in going to see. I want to go see for sure. I mean, holy moly!
And once you meet him, it's even icing on the cake. So his prestige is listed, but when his personality he's just a humble man that's doing good work, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really cool.
Yep. Very cool. Well, we definitely need to pack Calvary Church.
Absolutely.
With a bunch of people that support him and the work that he's doing, and make sure that he knows that we're proud of him here in Muscatine, because
I would also offer for those that some Calvary offers a very different setting than many churches, because it's theater seating. It's very comfortable. It's not some people that might think it's traditional pews or things like that. It's going to be it's an auditorium, and parking will be very easy. So we feel like it's going to be a great setting to host him in.
Yep. Very awesome. Well, thank you for coming on again.
It was good to have you. It's good to see you.
For a while there, you were on like all the time.
I know. Then I started sending the good folks from the Community Foundation instead of me, right? The ones that show better. So anyway.
No, I don't believe that. But they have been doing very well.
Yeah, I work with a fantastic team.
They are. They're amazing. So we have another very special guest before we end the show. I'll try not to embarrass him too much, but we'll go to a quick commercial, and then Ben's going to come on and tell you a little bit about Hy-Vee's gigantic donuts. I don't know if I'm going to stuff one in his mouth, show you how big they are. I don't know. We'll figure out how to prove how big these donuts are, but that's coming up next.
Here at Total Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
Even Daisy and Dilly keep it local by visiting the local dog park.
So remember, when you shop Total Muscatine, you're not only sure to get great service, but you're here also supporting local.
This would be good, but winter's coming, and I just like to work with you.
Donuts, baby, in the house.
Holy buckets! Holy donuts. Some of them have holes.
Some have holes, some don't.
Some of them have holes, are supposed to have holes, but they're filled with yummy stuff.
Hey guys, Hy-Vee strides ourselves on some of the best donuts in the market, guys. I mean, we have everything from the gourmets. Yep. All the way down to the flavor of the month, which is blueberry this month, guys.
Oh, blueberry's my favorite.
You gotta stop in and try some of these awesome flavors out. The donuts are amazing. Yep. Our guys come in and they start frying off at 6 o'clock at night, just so we're ready for 6 in the morning to open, so everybody can stop in to get their donuts, Ashley.
6 at night?
6
they
at
work
night.
All night long?
They do.
Oh my gosh.
Help yourself.
Look at that. I want the blueberry one.
Absolutely.
Blueberry's my favorite. Blueberry's my favorite. So, I hear that you guys have the biggest donuts.
We do have the biggest donuts. I'm probably not going to talk about it, but our donuts compared to any of our competitors, guys, are at least double in size.
Mm-hmm. I think there was a graphic once.
There is.
That showed some pictures of other people's donuts compared to Hy-Vee's donuts.
We strive to be the best. I'm not going to throw any of that information out there so somebody else can try to be better.
I can, but they're really good. This is really good. So, you can come out here starting at 6 a.m. These are made fresh every single day. You can order donuts. Okay, so last year I needed like hundreds of donuts for PTO.
Yep.
And they set me up right. They gave me an array, a bunch of different donuts so that all the teachers would be happy. They're so awesome back in the bakery. I promise they will make it happen. Whatever you need, they will make it happen back there. They're so awesome back there.
A lot of people don't know this, Ashley, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you go to the online shopping little shack out there,
yeah,
we have donuts that are ready to go. We call it our drive-up donut. You can literally pull up, pay your $5 for your box of donuts, and out the door you go. You don't even have to come into the store.
You don't have to get out of your PJs.
I'd get out of your PJs.
I don't. I don't. I stay in my sweatpants. They don't even know it.
And then I have a big favor to ask of you, Miss Ashley.
What's that?
Tonight we are doing our steak dinner. We're going to do an 8-ounce New York strip, jumbo baked potato, corn on the cob for $10 tonight, guys. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And then you can add a lobster tail for another $4. So we can do a surf and turf altogether for $14, guys.
Uh-huh.
But my favor of you, Ashley, pick one of your lucky viewers today.
Oh.
And I'm just going to have you call back to the store later, tell me who you chose.
Okay.
And those people can come in tonight between 4 and 7.
Okay.
We'll pick one person and they can bring their spouse with them. And dinner's on us tonight.
What? What are we going to make them do? Should they have to comment on the post or something?
Like, comment, and share on the post, guys.
Okay.
And Ashley's going to pick a lucky winner. She's going to give me a call at the store, and we will have your meal ready for you tonight. The grill, you can't see it, but we're set up right behind the entrance door here, guys. So make sure you stop in and see us. It's drive up, it's dine in, carry out. You can go in and sit in the air conditioning. Why sweat it? Let me do it for you tonight, guys.
Right? Surf and turf.
Surf and turf, baby.
Woo! Surf and turf. Have you ever went surfing before?
I'm going to Florida. I leave Friday morning. And we're going down to the Keys, and Fat Boy's gonna try to surf.
You're gonna try to surf?
I'm gonna try it.
Can you have somebody video that?
No, not unless I end up being good.
No, it's more fun if you're not good and somebody videos it.
What is it? Is it a little boogie board?
I don't know.
Where you barely have any water on the beach, and you throw the board out and you run, you jump on it, and you go across. Okay, we went down to see my son who is stationed down there for the Navy, and he had a boogie board.
Yeah.
Dad, I want to see you try that. Not a problem.
No problem. I can do it.
He starts the board off. I go running across. Fat Boy face plants it right in the beach.
Whoops. Wasn't as easy as you thought it was going to be?
No, I didn't try it again either, Ashley.
Why not?
No.
He didn't laugh or anything, probably.
I think everybody on the beach got a good chuckle. I even heard a little kid say Free Willy.
Aww.
I laughed.
Hey, Ben. Did you know that you guys have that you guys are putting out Halloween candy already?
I do.
Do you ever eat your own burgers?
Who eats their boogers?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you eat a booger?
I was going to see if you would. I was going to see how many you could fit in your mouth. How many boogers you could fit in your mouth.
These are probably sour too, aren't they?
Yeah. Ah. I wanted to see how many sour boogers you could fit in your mouth.
That is a lot of sour boogers, guys. Look at that, they're even dimpled so you can hold it on your... Sorry. We gonna try the whole bag?
I don't know. Do you think you can fit the whole bag in your mouth?
Yes. How about you try one and I'll pound the rest?
Oh, okay. I'm enjoying my blueberry.
Good, now you're gonna have a booger.
Ooh.
That bad, huh?
Well, it's good.
Oh, Ashley, I hate you. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All at once.
Handful of boogers.
How many boogers are in there? Let's see. Oh.
Two man. Oh my gosh.
How many can you fit? Get them. Oh. Oh! You dropped a booger. I'll let it slide. Oh, you only got a couple left. Oh, he did it! I think that was like 26 boogers. 26 boogers he can fit in his mouth. Good job.
That is horrible.
They are pretty sour.
Guys, I'd recommend the donuts. Skip the I'm
Skip
spitting
the
all over.
boogers. Skip the boogers. Thank you for joining us today on the show. We'll see you again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to make him stuff in his mouth tomorrow, but you should stop in to see 9 a.m. Until then, though, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
That was not kind.
Hello, I'm Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 road trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.